Alright, yeah, welcome back to some more Magic Arena, and today is Brawl Day, for me at least. This probably won't be coming out on a Wednesday, so unfortunately for you guys, it's not out ready for you guys to play yet, but I thought I would make some extra Brawl content for you guys, so that it could tide you over until Wednesday comes back around. So, what we're going to be playing is an archetype that I haven't actually played in Brawl on the channel at this point in time, and it's actually going to be Control. So we're going to be running ourselves a Kykar Wind's Fury deck, which is a 1 and Jeskai colors for a 3/3 legendary creature. It says flying, and whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put a 1/1 white spirit creature token with flying onto the battlefield, and then you get to sacrifice a spirit to add red mana. So we can use it to chain together spells, but ultimately this is just going to be our control piece for our finisher. So we get Kykar down, and then we defend it, and as we're defending it, we're building up a board of spirits, which are just going to get through. So the basis of the deck is its control, so we're jam-packed full of removal and counter spells and things like that. A lot of board wipes as well. We're not afraid to blow up our own Kykar if it does mean that we get to live a little bit longer. So we've got all of the usual suspects as far as board wipes are concerned. We've got the Realm Cloak Giant, we've got Deafening Clarion, there's a Time Wipe, and I believe there might be one more. I think that might actually be it, actually. So about 3 board wipes. Not as many as maybe I'd want. It could do a Flame Sweep, I suppose, but it feels a little bit too low in damage for my liking. But yeah, other than that though, we've got our Mana Rocks, because we want to make sure that when Kykar comes down, we can protect it, or at least do a few things to make sure that we can trigger it before it dies. So as far as Mana Rocks are concerned, we've got the Arcane Signet, Chromatic Lantern, and Heraldic Banner, which hopefully we want to be naming white with this one. And the reason for that is because Kykar actually makes white spirit creature tokens, which means you can make 2/1s if you got the Heraldic Banner out. Also, in addition to that, another alternative win con we've got is Outlaw's Merriment, which also makes red and white creatures, so these will also benefit from the banner's buff. Beginning of your upkeep, choose 1 creature at random. You get to make either a 3/1 with Trample and Haste, a 2/1 with Lifelink and Haste, or a 1/2 that gets to ping for 1, and also has haste as well, which is cool. It's pretty cool indeed. Other than that, though, we're going to be, ulting planeswalkers, destroying things. It's going to be a lot of fun for us. But yeah, the vast majority of things as far as Heraldic Banner are concerned is you want to be naming white. Most of after that, I think it's red you want to be naming. We've got like Bone Crusher Giants, and we got Brazen Borrows as adventures are concerned. Niv Mizzet up at the top here. I will mention as well that the deck's going to look slightly different when we are playing the game, because I actually forgot to add in a Tail's End, which I think is a pretty crucial auto-include, especially in a control deck, because this actually allows you to counter legendary spells, which means your commander is not safe from this card. So it was an accidental miss on the deck while I was playing it, so this card's in here, and can't quite remember what I went down. I also trimmed a planes as well midway through, because I actually found that having planes was a little bit annoying with Niv Mizzet. I wanted to reduce the odds of not being able to cast Niv Mizzet on turn 6, so went down a plains, up a mountain. I think it should be just fine. We don't really want to go down too many white sources though, because we do use white pretty early in the game as well. It's not too much to talk about, honestly, as far as this deck's concerned. It's removal, it's card draw. We have some really good removal and card draw pieces, like Ral's Outburst, Drawn from Dreams is superb. Sphinx's Insight. I should mention we do have Dome's Acuity in here, so we might be trying to cast a few instants during our turn, although it's not a requirement. If we do want to just remove some creatures, we have the opportunity to do that. Dovin's Acuity with like Opt and things like that. Bouncing this to gain life and draw cards is really useful, so it's repeatable card draw there, which is very useful. Teferi Time Raveler, it's going to be an auto-include. Allows us to basically win counter wars all the time, and we can cast sorceries during our opponent's turn, which can be very useful. It means that things like the Warden side of Warrant, we can actually flash in a 4/4 to block our opponent's stuff, which is pretty tasty. Or board wipe during their end step or during combat, depending on when we think they're going to have the most creatures on board. It's going to be pretty useful there. But yeah, that's essentially the deck. We do also have Field of the Dead, because as you may notice, there's a big long line of non-basics in our deck. I figured I was able to actually enable Field of the Dead just fine in this list, so it's another way of winning the game, stabilizing as well. Basically, when you've got 7 or more lands with different names, then you actually get to turn your land drops into 2/2s, which is pretty useful. There's not much your opponent can really do about it, so we're trying to get into the long game, and this benefits from the long game. So the only downside of running that card is, as I mentioned earlier, Niv Mizzet on 6 is not going to be too easy to pull off. But, you know, without further ado, let's get into the games. I hope you enjoy this deck. It is a lot of fun, at least on the piloting side. I have a lot of fun with it, so I hope you guys enjoy it too. If you do, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for some more Brawl content in the future, and I will probably see you in the games, as well as on next Wednesday's Brawl session. So, take care, guys. Enjoy the matches. Alrighty then, let's have a look-see. It's a very is-it hand in a Jeskai deck, but you know what? You can't really turn down a hand like this. We got the white mana on the Signet anyway, so 2 tap lands to lead hopefully into our Kykar, who should hopefully not get removed. We can wait a little bit later potentially as well, though. Alright, so is a Guildgate tapped. Our opponent's playing Domri Anak of Bolas, so +1/+0 to creatures, and it's also a ramp source and a fight source. So we really don't want that to resolve, but it's gonna. So we gotta deal with that. Yeah, let's just do land Arcane Signet. Next time we could play the Kykar, but the likelihood is that they can play a creature big enough that fights Kykar and kills it, so we're not going to be doing that. There's Domri.
I've lived with animals my entire life. Explains a lot.
It's possible we can find an answer to him, though. We definitely do have answers to him. Where do we want to go from here? I mean, we could draw him from Dreams to go find it. Ral's Outburst does 3 to any target. Not quite enough. Maybe we just go for the draw from Dreams quite early. It is a bit premature, but they've literally got the Paradise Druid to fight my Kykar right now, so I'm definitely not playing that. I think we just go find an answer to the board. Niv Mizzet's not bad. Don't mind a Niv Mizzet. We could also go with perhaps a banner as well, as a ramp source. Because we've got 4 mana now, 5 in hand, so we do need another source of mana. So next turn could just be land, banner, 2 mana play like Warden to put Paradise Druid back on top, something like that. Because we're gonna name red with the banner.
They can only punish you if they catch you.
We could name white, actually. Most tokens are actually white. I'm pretty sure we're just dead to a Shifting Ceratops, though. Good lord. Oh, Realm Cloak Giant kind of gets us there, though. Can I afford to take another 9? Not really. So I have to shock myself here to Realm Cloak Giant, essentially. Yeah. That's a rough one. So 5 mana to work with, 6 with a land drop. 6 with a land drop, okay.
Come and destroy.
Can't counter creature spells. Very good and effective against us. 6 mana, this feels like a god. Which is also very bad. Oh, there's a Voracious Hydra. Not too bad though, we can warrant Warden that. So I might just... no. Kykar, again, it just fights. So we're not really getting what we want there. So we've got red, red, red. We're actually not able to cast Niv Mizzet because of these planes. That's awkward. So I'm going to warrant to put the creature on top of their library when they attack with it. That's kind of the plan. So it's what I want to do around that. Let's go with an Opt, I guess. Depose, deploy. It's another slowdown effect for that Voracious Hydra. Maybe I want to Warden instead. Yeah, so this needs to be blue or red. So I'm going to go with red, because we do have Outlaw's Merriment as well. But it is a shame that we can't really name white for the spirits. but this should just be fine. Ticks up. Leafkin Druid, shot. And we'll depose during combat. Tap that down, draw a card. There's an island. Alright, so we want to be working on getting that Hydra away from us. And then hopefully Niv Mizzet being killed along the way. This leaves us with 2 mana, 2 white mana specifically. I don't really want to cast my my commander. This leaves me with 2 mana. Alright, well, I think it's midnight clock then. Yeah, it's a really awkward time having that Voracious Hydra around. And Domri so early as well is a very big issue. Alright, so attacking creature back on top. Hopefully they don't have any card draw to just get it right on back. Or Veil of Summer. It's not banned in Brawl, unfortunately. Alright. You can do a Ral's Outburst here. I'll wait until the next turn though, since it doesn't really impact the board all that much. Or until their end step, because I might want to hit a creature instead. Nope. Alright. We're just going to hit Domri here. Bring him down a peg.
Right on my noggin.
Command Tower. I'll take that. Prefer untapped mana at this stage. Take up the Midnight Clock and Cryptic Caves. Alright, so where do we want to go with this? This leaves me enough to Elite Guard Mage as well. Yeah, let's get Niv Mizzet down and then play Elite Guard Mage. Could even see playing Kykar there, since they have to answer 2 threats. Oh, well, they answered Niv Mizzet really easily.
Oh, please, sir. Give me some more.
Why struggle? Game doesn't need to be hard or anything. Alright, well. Voracious Hydra comes down, kills Guard Mage. Becomes huge massive, and it's a huge massive problem again.
Oh, I wish you could see your face when I'm beating you.
Yep, uncounterable big boy. We need another way to bounce or at least delay it. Law Mage's Binding's an option. 3 Fairy is a thing. Yeah, it's not too much. Brazen Borrower. We might be able to Beacon Bolt it, depending on where they go with this. If they want to fight, then it's going to be smaller, but I wouldn't see why they'd want to fight. Yeah, just have an 11/11. It's -2 to fight as well. You can only take him to 1. And then Voracious Hydra looks to be just murderous. Well, let's go Cryptic Caves. Let's not tap down all coloured mana when I've got a colourless source. Let's go for Domri.
It ain't the first time I've been knocked about.
Stop him from being able to fight. Make a spirit.
You hit like a child.
And then I think we'll just Chemisters. We don't really have to do it now, I suppose, but I guess there's not really any reason not to either. We'll just wait. Just wait. Midnight Clock has to get to 12 counters, so quite a ways away from that, so I do need to refill my hand. Yeah, there's a Domri's Ambush, so it's going to get in there with the Chemisters. Justice Strike is a very good card. That's a Voracious Hydra answer right there. Very nice. It looks like Domri's going to bite the dust. Only at 2, and we've got 4 points in the air that they can't really stop. I've already got rid of their reaching protection from blue. Alright, lava coil, that's rude. And then... well, we kind of have to lose a little bit, don't we? Because that's Xaxes. So, yeah, let's just block with... well, we have to do both, don't we? We should really just do both. I don't want to be too low on life, but, you know, we're just basically dead to everything anyway, so... Dovan's veto, you say? Alright, so let's play a Plains. I think we'll go for the Kykar again. And again, and tap our colourless source, because I think we've got everything we need anyway. Justice Strike the Voracious Hydra. And... do you want to leave veto open? I could sack the red on the spirit token, which actually allows me to leave veto open. So I'll do that instead. And I have a little bit of protection from fight spells, since they can't really minus Domri without killing him anyway. Which is perfectly fine, I reckon.
Have at it, boys.
Tick up, and got nothing. Yes! Oh boy. Alright, this might be where we crack the Cryptic Caves. Could we be turning it around? Ionize. Potentially. I mean, I've got to kill Domri, which seems doable. So let's get that done. 4 here. I think we're going in, since we have spirit tokens to be able to generate. We got the counter for Domri next turn. Let's go with... I guess we're just doing Island instead of Evolving Wilds. We'll discard it here. Chromatic L. Alright, so currently we have Veto and Ionize open. If I play my Lantern, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What's Banner again? Banner's red, so we got blue, red, any colour. Any colour. Yeah, I guess we might as well play Chromatic Lantern. Make another Spirit. And then pass the turn. You also have red on the spirit tokens as well, but I'm trying to avoid having to spend them. Scorching Dragonfire. No. And see what they got here. Is this the way they want a Domri? And I'll Ionize it. Ooh, not playing it is very interesting. We got a Ral Storm Conduit. So, we got 5 colours of any mana on all of our lands, so it really doesn't matter too much what we're going to tap here. We'll get Ral down as a scry option.
My brainstorms bring actual thunder.
Do not want any more lands. It's not really going to matter too much though, but yeah, let's get in. There are 8. Oh boy. Yeah, because basically we're going to be refueling our hand anyway, so all of our hand and deck is getting shuffled in. And it's weird that they didn't play the Domri last turn when they absolutely could have done that. It would have gotten ionized for sure, but I don't know. They literally did nothing else, so there was no reason to not cast him there, I would have thought. Especially since, you know, we turned the corner. 2 life. Good lord, I didn't think I was winning that one. Did not at all. Alright, let's go for another game. Alright, we're in, and it's Tapland City. We've got some interesting cards. I don't know about this hand, though, to be honest. It seems a bit weak. We're going up against Vivian Arcbow Ranger, so yet another Planeswalker that can fight my commander. 1 and 3 green for a 4 loyalty Planeswalker. Distribute 2 counters and give them trample among 2 creatures. -3, creature deals damage, so doesn't fight back, unfortunately. And the -5 does literally nothing, because Brawl does not have sideboards. I'm going to take this one back. There are some good cards in it, but it's got nothing going on, really. And yeah, this just looks like an improved version of the original hand, so I'm going to take that one. We'll go with Temple of Triumph here. Having the veto for their first Vivian is quite nice. Yes, I'll just take lands. I'm happy with lands. Honestly, I need to make my land drops up until the point where I can Kykar plus, like, Counterspell or something like that. So they're going to go land and pass. They must have Once Upon a Time in their hand, if I had to guess. Hello. Yeah, it has to be Once Upon a Time. There it is. So Once Upon a Time gets you a creature or a land, and then it follows up with whatever they were planning to cast anyway. Which actually could now be a Leafkin Druid. Ooh, have they missed their land drop? You know what that makes me want to do? Give that Leafkin Druid a good bouncing. I think that's getting a good bouncing. If they miss their land drop, I want to keep them exactly where they are. We're going to pass. We've got Tome of the Legends to activate. They did get their land, but they are forced to replay their Leafkin Druid. We know they're not going to cast anything else because they just drew that at the top. Arcane Signet, you say? Alright, I think this Fabled Passage has to go get me red. It could get white for board wipes, I suppose. Next turn is going to be Vivian, though, so we have to leave open 2 mana for that. Yeah, I'm going to go get another white. It hurts on, like, trying to get Niv Mizzet down on time, but I think this is fine. And we'll go Arcane Signet and pass the turn. So if they do nothing, we can Brazen Borrower. If they play Vivian, which we know they're going to, most likely, then we'll veto it. Maybe they're going to try Bait Spell me as well. That could definitely be a thing. But no, not interested. Let's try and dodge. Oh, yeah, going back to the command zone. I was going to say try dodge a Veil of Summer there, which actually is the only way to... Oh, come on. Oh, Niv Mizzet, you troll. You absolute troll. Okay, well, I think I'm just going to go with a Kykar here. I haven't really got anything to fight, and I need the extra land, so this actually allows me to go Tome of Legends, draw a card. Try and make my land drop for the turn, and we managed it. Okay, so we've got blue, 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 red, red. Okay, a blue or a red source off the top is enough to cast Niv Mizzet next turn, which is not worth too much to us, but we can trigger it ourselves rather than our opponent. So we want to dodge Crawl Harpooners. We're going to be able to dodge the fight for a little while. A Reach Trampler. Alright. No counter magic is a real bummer here. For sure. I guess it's just Lantern, Midnight Clock, get that going. Start making some spirits. The problem is that Vivian comes down now, and then Stonecoil Serpent minuses. Oh, she minuses and then fights here. So, you know, it's a bit of a problem, for sure. So, yeah, let's make some spirits. And it's also got protection from multicolored as well, so I can't tag it with an explosion. Cannot Clarion for damage to destroy it or anything like that. There's really not much I can do. I I don't really know if I should attack in to get the counter on the Tome of Legends. It seems like it's not a good idea. Then again, I might need the draw. I don't think I'm going to do it. I'll leave up an expansion, I guess. It might come in handy. If they're going to do something like a Rabid Bite, I could see myself using expansion just to kill a Leafkin Druid and pinch their mana a little bit. The Great Henge. Ouch, that's a big one. Alright, I think it's beatable, but it's a problem. So they've got 3 mana left. Evolution Sage. Yeah, alright, well. Puts a counter on it. Whenever they play lands, they proliferate. I think that's probably going to do it, honestly. Just the Stonecoil Serpent alone is too much of a problem. And I'm pretty sure I'm all out of bounce effects like that. I suppose I got Teferi, but it doesn't bounce the Serpent. Brazen Borrow was basically my best answer there. And it's clearly not an answer now. So let's sack a Spirit just to get Brazen Borrower out. Trading up 2 points of damage. Trample doesn't really help. Alright, Niv. Get in there. And we do have lifelink. Does that do much for us? Maybe next turn. So let's swing, trigger Tome, see what Tome reveals. We get a ping. Just ping face at this point. If only we could kill the Evolution Sage without killing our own stuff at the same time. We're really relying on the Niv Mizzet, I think, here, though. Vraska can... not Vraska. Vivian can come down at any time and just kill it. Does leave us with the Kykar, and eventually we can make enough mono-coloured tokens to deal with it, but... Great Henge plus Proliferate on the Evolution Sage is just going to absolutely murder us. Oh my god, even a Mowu. That's a 5/5. This is... wow. They're doing it. They are doing it. How often does this combo crop up? I wonder. This is a big combo. Yeah, we're just getting ruffle stomped. Just 6? Yeah, sure. Sure, I'll take 6. Got no Planeswalkers. Can't really do much. Okay. My turn. We could sack a Spirit, put a counter on the Midnight Clock. I don't see the point. So we draw. We get Warrant, Warden, which can stop questing beasts. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can kill Evolution Sage and stop the nonsense. But it is a lot already. I guess we're just going to try and clean up the board a little bit. So let's do Evolution Sage. And then do Deafening Clarion. Let's sack this right here for mana. 3 damage, lifelink. go full control. Because I want to be able to sack that spirit token that's just going to die anyway. So sack the spirit. We draw a card. Which deals 1 here. And then 3 damage to everything. Except for the Serpent. To the command zone with Kykar. We drew all tap lands, which is a tilt. For sure. And then we've got 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. X4 and Explosion. So we can do 4 here. Yeah. Oh, we're in full control mode. That's why it's freaking out. Draw. Auto pay. Oh, we could have done... Yeah. Did I count the floating mana? I did, didn't I? We draw. Ping. Draw loads. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, not bad. Tranquil Cove go up to 19. Okay, that was a turn. And we're not getting in because protection from multicolored. Wildborn Preserver. It's a 3/3 that can just get very big. And we still haven't found anything for the Stone Coil Serpent. So that's still very much a problem. And here goes Vivian. So as much as I want this to be worthwhile, it just doesn't feel like it's gonna be.
And their claws, you're done.
Bark-eyed Troll. I mean, we did a good job of cleaning up a board that did not look like it could be cleaned up very well. But it just left too much behind. We're at 8. Yeah, we just keep on drawing lands. Let's see, where could we go from here? We've got the Guard Mage, we can gain some life. Kykar is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana left over. So we could play Kykar. Play Kykar. Everything's slightly too big. Ral's Outburst of Vivian. Get Field of the Dead. Not made a land drop already, have we? Or have I timed out? Oh no, there we go. No. It's not enough. Oh boy. Yeah. Thought we'd already had the lands. It's looking at these golds that really triggers me. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we just have to play... We have to just play a mountain, actually, or the Boris Guildgate, and we've got it. Eugene. And yeah, that'll do it, right? Yeah, that'll do it. Kill Kykar. Leaves us with not enough blockers. That was rough. We had a cool turn, though. I'll take a cool turn any day. No blocks. No point. Taking 11. Alright, can we have a matchup that doesn't seem absolutely horrendous? God, that Stone Coil Serpent, I think, minus that card, we won that game. I don't think they could win once we had... Because we would have removed that Serpent, I think, if it didn't have protection from multicolored. That would have been gone and we'd have been swinging through. God, yeah. A rough one, but a fun one. Let's go for another one. Alrighty then, we're in, and we're up against Tajik Legion's Edge, which is a first for me, actually. I've never played against this particular commander, though it is one on my list of to-dos. So 1 white and red for a 3-2 with haste and mentor, which means if it attacks with another creature with less power, it'll put a counter on it. Prevent all non-combat damage will be dealt to other creatures you control, and Tajik can also gain first strike for Boros colours. As far as our hand's concerned, it looks pretty good. We got the Deafening Clarion, which is our board wipe minus Tajik, so I mean, we're going to keep it. We're just going to hope that this Clarion is effective, even with Tajik being a possible option here. Just going to have to be aware of it, but having the Dovin's Veto for the life gain, having a bit of Absorb, it seems all pretty good to me. Let's just go with the Swiftwater Cliffs. I want to make sure I have all my colours as soon as possible. As does my opponent by the looks of things. So, yep, just going to go tap land pass. Got no 2 mana plays, so no reason to worry there. Here comes Tajik. Would be nice to be able to deal with him outside of a Clarion. It is going to be the only effective thing right now, though, to get it done. I think, though, I'm just going to go with a Dovin's Acuity, though. Just gain 2 life. Take us back up to 25. Command Tower. Okay, so we're getting the land count for Field of the Dead, so if we can get there, we might actually win as Bounty Agent. I'm looking for a removal spell for Tajik here that actually bounces Dovin's Acuity. Yeah, that's not really the effective card I was looking for. I'm going to play the Command Tower because it gives us the double blue for Absorb, which is definitely a thing that we probably want to have. And I guess maybe I'm just going to warrant the Tajik here. Looks kind of like the plan. Bounty Agent, very annoying. Actually allows you to kill legendary permanents that are creatures. It's the important part there. So, you know, Commander, Killer. Boop. Go away, Tajik. Come back another day. So this can go into the command zone if they want for an extra amount of mana. Or they can leave it on top, which makes it basically the only thing they're going to do next turn. And we'll just absorb it and be pretty happy with that. I mean, we could also take the Clarion here. It's not a terrible... In fact, it's a pretty good Clarion, all things considered. And then there's a time wipe for when they clean up after that. Yeah, let's do it. Pew pew. Get rid of that nonsense. We'll play our Fiddle of the Dead here, since we have nothing to hold up. And let's see. Just going to play Tajik. Very good. We've got 3 fairy. I think we're just going to bounce with 3 fairy. This is hyper tilt for our opponent. I'm sure of it. We can't really hold up and much more after that, though, unfortunately. So maybe we want something different. Could see a number of things, honestly, but I think I'm actually going to leave Tajik alone and lose my Teferi just to bounce Dovin's Acuity. Life gain and card draw seems pretty relevant. Winged Words. Okay. So yeah, they take the turn to kill Teferi here, I'm assuming. Or at least some burn spells go his way. So it's as good as taking Tajik off the table for a turn. I'm kind of hoping that they commit a little bit into this board state so this time wipe looks a little bit better. Integrity. All in on Tajik. Alright. Okay. Well then. Where do we want to go now? Could do Arcane Signet. Again, it doesn't look like a good Kykar turn just yet, but we are ramping to get to that Kykar turn. All of our things are sorceries as well, which doesn't bounce Acuity. It's very annoying. So we've got 2 mana to work with if we want to hold up and absorb. So I guess we'll go with Firemine's Research here. Allows us to put counters on it for card draw and damage, which we can put on Tajik. We got the Absorb here to gain 3 life, which I'm presuming we're going to be able to get some advantage out of here. Down to 8 and passes. Okay. Alright, well, play Kykar. We have the Absorb open. Play Azorius Guildgate. Make a zombie. So we're finally at that point we said that we would win if we got here. So let's find out. We are at 8. But it is a virtual extra 3 there. Outlaw's Merriment. Absolutely not. And that should do it. Game over. Called it. Alright. Pretty good. Our hand looked just too good there. Next turn we probably just go with the Niv Mizzet and then Winged Words. So we draw loads of cards, kill Tajik with the Niv Mizzet triggers, draw cards, make spirits, and we just go Alpha Strike mode. Even if we draw lands as well, that's more zombies, so it's just too much to keep up with, especially with them being on 4 mana. We have got 25 lands in here, so we're pretty much likely to draw more lands than they are, and of course we were drawing cards instead of being aggressive, so, you know, it worked out for us anyway. We were trying to go for the long game, we got there, we won. Cool. Alrighty then, we're in, and looks like a reasonable hand actually. We're up against the Layla Artful Provocateur, so we played this one in the past, and this deck is disgustingly good, so this is going to be interesting. So 1 and Esper colors for a 2/3 flying Death Touch lifelink. Other creatures you control with flying get +1/+0, and whenever you cast an artifact or enchantment spell, you make a 1/1 fairy. There's effectively a 2/1. So we're going to need to be able to take care of that quite effectively. We've got a lot of bounce spells, so let's go. Yeah, bouncing artifacts with Teferi doesn't look all too amazing, but it is what it is, I suppose. Kind of think, what do we want to do here? We want blue mana tap land anyway, so let's just do Temple of Epiphany. I do kind of want untapped mana, instead of shocking myself and things like that. But I don't know if I need it just yet. It's probably a bad idea to take more lands. I'd really like counter magic and things like that. Tap land, say go. Alright, so I mean this is where we can hold up in the Brazen Borrower's Petty Theft, but I don't think we should. I think we'll just go with the Wind-Scarred Crag, gain some life and pass. Yeah, Tapland City, bit off, unfortunate, but here we are. Empyrean Eagle, oh, we're actually doing Esper Flyers. Cool. Alright, well, I think maybe this looks like a 3 fairy bounce situation, to be honest. Let's get him down. I don't imagine that they've got too many answers to a 1 loyalty planeswalker outside of just simply killing him. I mean, maybe they're just using the Empyrean Eagle as a pump spell for Alayla, but I'd rather just have Icon of Ancestry. Maybe they've got both, who knows. But yeah, it really looks like an Esper Flyers list at the moment. Alright, so what I'd like to do is maybe hold up and veto.
Here we go.
And warrant, maybe, something like that. It's going to involve me shocking myself, which gives the game away pretty obviously, but yeah, I think that's maybe what I want to do here. Let's just do Sacred Boundary untapped. Pass the turn. Yeah, pretty damn obvious what's going on here. So, let them attack, see where they go. And then we will warrant this one, I guess. Put it back on top. Opponent can't respond with counter magic or anything like that, because we do have 3 fairy in play. And then if they play a Layla, we'll just breeze and borrow her right back to the hand. That is a tempo swing and a half. Goodbye. So opponent has kind of effectively done nothing with their turn here. That's a Ral. What have we got at the moment? Just one in the yard. So the tick down doesn't look particularly amazing, but I think maybe we'll go with a Kykar. Get that going, and I'll thin the deck. I don't really want to draw too many more lands here. I'd like to increase my odds of drawing like counter magic and things like that. So let's grab an island. Because we do have the 3 red, we just need the extra blue here as well. Alright. So we can depose. Is there a way we can kill Layla here? Because I really don't want her in play to get some fairies and things like that. Got to remember that Kykar also makes spirits. Gonna tick up with Teferi. So we could do depose. Puts it to 2. Maybe we'll just do a Ral. Maybe we'll just get Ral down. Accept punishment, I guess. Can't really do too much bad stuff, right? Let's just tick up Ral.
Time to choose. Always so exciting.
Activated abilities can't be activated. Not really what I had in mind. I guess I'll just take the Boros Guildgate here. It's not an activated ability on Layla, it's a triggered ability. And she does have Death Touch. So we don't want to mess around with that. Yeah, I was really kind of hoping that Ral would roll over an instant in there to at least make the Bacon Bolt a little bit more powerful, but here we are. Can still bounce her with 3 Fairy, which I think our opponent notices, and that's exactly why they're going in. Golden Egg. So it makes a Fairy, which we can block. But they can still make a land drop and do another artifact or something like that. Yeah, there's Guild Globe. Alright, they got all the eggs in Magic the Gathering. We do have a Deploy that we can stop our opponent with. Ooh, that's cute. Alright, so let's just bounce a Layla, trigger our opponent. Cryptic Caves, you say? Alright, well, let's do Dovin's Acuity. Play Cryptic Caves. I think we'll just do a Deploy here, make loads of tokens, bounce Acuity. Take action. Beautiful. And we could kill a token here. I don't think so. I'm just going to go right to Ral's. Bone Crusher Giant's not too bad either. Yeah, I'll take that over the land. We'll go right to Ral's ultimate here if we can make it happen. So let's swing for 3. We can sack these 2 spirits to actually cast Bone Crusher Giant if we really want to. Not sure if we do. We'll see. Basically 2-for-1ing ourselves in that sense. But I mean, they do have the Empyrean Eagle, so we're not really gonna profit too much from blocking. Well, there's no reason to attack here. Unless they want to just trade tokens. I'm happy trading tokens. My commander basically does that for a living. Alright, so take nothing. And it's my turn. Looks like they're discarding to hand size, because it literally takes all their effort to replay the tempo swing that we've shoved upon them. It's like, look about the things that we know about, and it's purely because we've interrupted it. It's beautiful. Alright, Ral actually ults next turn, so we're going to do everything in our power to stop that from not being a factor. So let's take the Opt. Because it makes lots of spirits. We're going to tick up to Fairy. We got the Dovin's Veto.
I got this.
Let's go with... I guess we're just going to go with an Opt. And then Bacon Bolt the Layla, so there's nothing on board. time wipe. Yeah, sure. This game's very much locked out. Bacon Bolt a Layla. Make another Spirit. And then we're just going to pass. Might as well attack, I suppose. There's really no reason to, but might as well, right? Leave some spirits. Let's go. I'm just going to ult that Ral next turn, and that's how we're going to win. Too much card advantage, so anything that stops Ral from ulting, we're going to counter. Anything else, let go. Midnight Clock, don't care. And scoop in 3, 2. Oh, they're going for it. There's no reason to, because I've got the answer to that as well. Spirit me, baby. They're gonna scoop before I get to ult. I can tell you right now. Or maybe they're just gonna notice that I have an ult. So I get an emblem whenever I cast an instant or sorcery, 4 damage to any target, and draw some cards. So take up. Let's just Winged Words. Make a Spirit, ping your face, draw 2 cards. Ral's Outburst. Sure, why not? 3 damage, plus another 4 damage. Make a Spirit, look at the top. Is it 2? 3? Something like that. We'll take a... just a land at this point. And then you're at 4. I just need to go Chemist's Insight. Let's crack some spirits. Draw 4 cards. Ping you for 4. Damn, that was a lot of damage. Beautiful. B-E-A. Beautiful. Sweet. And that is gonna do it for today's episode. I actually think we managed to get some pretty cool wins out of this deck. A lot of variety as far as this one was concerned. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Make sure to hit that like button. Comment down below what you guys are playing in the Brawl universe these days. I'm very curious to hear. But yeah, like and subscribe, all that jazz. Thanks very much for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed. I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.